There was two things on my mind. Something about somebody's DNA as well here. That's why I was saying the only two people that come straight to my mind when I was just thinking about this, we got wanted. There's no truce. You don't want to forgive these people, family, friends, something like this, and a group. This is gonna be real quick, hopefully. You don't want to truce with these people, so that they want you wanted. Now, I don't know if it's like these people here know that you know a secret or something like this. This could be past energy here, where a father figure or a feather took this opportunity over here in the West a long time ago from you or me, whoever this is that's not making a truce with these people. Okay? TED Talk energy. This is also still giving me that male energy. That's the only person I remember watching a whole TED Talk from. That girl Mel that talk about like, they do like motivational speaking or whatever. But there's no truce here. There's already some kind of imprisonment here with this Obama. And ooh, see, that must be who it is. Because I about to say the only two people I could think of that's in jail, Young Thugs, and Drake ain't even letting trying to talk to nobody to get him out of jail. And then they talking about Obama going to jail. But this is what I'm just wondering. Because something about this person's DNA too. Okay, not the mama, or somebody shares DNA with somebody. I mean, this could be somebody's feather. Somebody shares DNA with somebody, or this is what somebody has said. Rage. This could also be people that's not something with somebody's DNA. Somebody could be also trying to manipulate something where somebody's energy is off. Like maybe somebody's known to be snapping. Maybe put up to the public eye, you may not know that, but somebody could snap, from 0 to 100. Somebody could have took the rage out. You know how they say take out the Indian and save the man? Hold on. Take out the Indian and save the man. All right. And I'm also getting the energy here where somebody's trying to trap you in a union. You don't know this person from nothing. Okay. You don't know this person, but I told you what we see on TV is what we see on TV. It ain't always the real thing. So it's like people had to realize that I don't want nobody. It's almost like, be an energy or something. Like yeah, don't be a person trying to do nothing with me right now because it just ain't gonna work. You know, it, it, it- be something like that. You know, because I'm not looking at nobody. I just saying, I'm not looking at nobody. And I said this is funny because I was thinking about this whole thing about this is a woman finding herself in a certain situation that everybody is not going through in the world. And the thing that these people wanted, these are women that maybe groom their granddaughters and daughters to be like ladies to catch a man and make sure that they have a nest egg, but get you a man that's gonna take care of you or take you in because you look good, and then stack up your money and get you a job and get you a career off that relationship, and then if y'all ever break up, you got yours and he got his. Now, this could have been something that I missed out on because of my plus sizeness and because I did have a full family and I was one of the first people that I knew to get married. So, I might have missed out on this. Some of these girls, if they went behind the scene, they could have lost a whole bunch of weight. They could be looking real good now, which got them some positions with some elite people or something like this. But then I was thinking about it. We got to go fast because I got to go. Um, but then I was thinking about this because I came back to the table and earlier when we was shuffling, I'm about to use these cards, but these two flew out on the floor and I didn't want to get them. And we had this one kind of shaky. So yeah, this could be a Queen of Swords in reverse. All right. Also pointing to these sunflowers. I'm telling you, somebody, like I said, this could be an acting, TV court person, like a Mathis or one of those other Lynn or there's like one of these kind of judges probably. All right. And then we have this energy about somebody's money. Now, I said, bingo. I was sitting here watching. I was sitting here watching TMZ, and I never really watched TMZ ever. And don't even want to talk about what I seen on there because I'm gonna have to break it up in a couple of videos and talk about it on another level. But I was just like, everything was just infuriating me a little bit. All the scenarios, because I don't even see the people. I just hear the words and I see the scenarios. I don't even. We got idol worship in reverse. I don't even. I'm not even looking at it like that. I'm just hearing the word. God talk to me through words and sound and movement and things like this. So, first of all, what I was hearing, okay, eh, how should we do this? Cause I said, should I go do this video real quick? Okay, let me see. And then I went down and I seen the cards that's on the floor, and I flipped this one. I said, this better not be what I think it is. And I said, oh yes, it is. So we got to do the video, okay? So it was just like ringing a bell, like the scenario. I like scenarios and puzzles and word puzzles and stuff like that. So it's the scenario. Like I agreed with Judge Judy on this video, what she said about women, in relationships with men, you should always have your own thing going on. Because this kind of sound like what my mom tried to say to me. So that's this energy that's lingering. Okay, like, to me personally in my life, she'd say, girl, you better stay at home and be with that man and whatever, and stop, don't be deserving the piece or whatever. He pay everything. You know how many girls would like to be in your position? That's my mother, right? Yeah, he ain't no bad looking guy. Girl, you better stay with him. Don't leave him. He ain't put his hands on you. Girl, that's my mom in real life. Then you got somebody like a older lady like Judge Judy saying, these women that be in this situation, you lose power. And it don't always happen like that. Sometimes you could still have power, right? But sometimes you could still have power. But what I was thinking though, she was like, it don't always, but most of the time, the woman end up losing power, position, things like this, whatever, like that, which is true. But I would say the same thing as me being like not in the defense, but it's the same thing as being at a job for all this time. I feel like it's the money dynamic, okay? Because you could be at a job for 30 years and they let you go because of something. You show up with a little liquor on your breath. They just don't want your service. They found a 20-year-old girl because the guy was like, yeah, because whatever your man do find a 20-year-old girl and you 40 something years old and then they leave you or something like this. Now, on a regular day basis, the man saying, hey, I'm leaving you for a 20-year-old girl or he just out the door, you could tell. But these weird people be out the door and there's a clone sitting with you and nobody saying nothing. You see what I'm saying? Somebody's acting like everything's okay. So this is making me think more of a scam. Like somebody's walking out the door with all your shit, right? So there could be some of us women that didn't know that we were attached to because of our wholesome motherness energy, that masculine energies could have been attracted to our light because we were at peace or we were doing things that maybe they were with powerful women and these women didn't do these things and they could come to us for peace or something like this, that they're connected to your lineage. All right. um and there's a favor out for these particular type of women. I think on Stepford's Wife, that man was like, yeah, I like the cameras in the house because he liked to look at women cooking and baking and washing clothes. And I don't know why, I mean, but that man had a fetish for watching other people's wives do house duties. Okay. um So I was thinking about that on that part, but I was thinking about, but what about some of us that we had inheritances behind our back and our families, you know what I'm saying, help these particular people take our and these families or something helped these particular people take our inheritances and leave us with nothing. Like your family could have stepped in and say, hey, your real father or a feather said, if this looked nice and everything, we all for her being with this person. But what if this person leave her one day, or I seen it in the future that because you could be connected to wizards, warlocks, vampires and stuff like this, immortals. And somebody could be like, nope, I seen it in the future. He gonna dog her out or something. He gonna leave her. And I don't want her to be alone. Because when I was just looking at this card right here, somebody's not supposed to be alone. It's the type of legacy or the work that was attached to you, whether you know it or not, where this person is supposed to be with a guard, or this is supposed to be with somebody that's with a studious, trustful, masculine, no matter what. This was like Marilyn Monroe or even a vixen or something back in the day. No matter if people called them whores or whatever, this is a man that respects that woman and loves that woman inside and out. And whether it's her bodyguard or her husband or her man or whatever, she's supposed to be around some type of man for a certain type of protection. Okay. So It was making me think about that. And then I said, but that'd be fucked up if your family knew this. Your family knew that somebody left you in their will or something. They knew this was happening. And instead of helping you obtain what was in the will that was secret to you, they helped this man make sure that he cleansed out all, even let's say this is somebody that was supposed to be wealthy all their life and they didn't know it. Somebody helped this man take, he didn't just break away, because that's what alimony is for. So if you with me and I'm 40 and you 40, and you find a 25-year-old girl you fall in love with, and you say, hey, I'm out of here, I've fallen in love with Sheila, that's where I'm going. Okay, well, let's set up what you about to pay for child support, and let's set up alimony. Like, in this day and age, nobody's doing that for real. They're trying to set these women up so that they don't have to give them nothing, and the families are helping them. You see, that's the difference. So you went out of your way to make sure, because again, you could have been straight if this person thought to do that or whatever, or they took somebody else in your family that was in the behind the scenes grimy part of the family business that you was not introduced to because you was too sweet. So they cut you off. Okay, send me with my things, because that's what they make alimony for. Okay. Especially men that say, hey, stay home. Don't do nothing. Stay home with them kids. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to make sure everything's okay. You made that verbal agreement with that person, right? Okay. Well, you're responsible for when you want to leave with a 25-year-old. Same thing with a job. You better have a good reason why you firing me when I'm 2 years out from retirement. I've been here all this time. Well, you better have a good ass reason for firing me 2 years before retirement, because that's gonna sound like some kind of other thing here. You just don't want to pay me retirement, or you don't want me to have, finances after I leave, or my, uh, you know what it's called, okay, when you leave, okay, we start with an S, okay. So it's the same thing I say with that. Okay. Same thing, but so I think it's more of the money saving aspect of it, not the because it is supposed to make people that believed in the American dream and what we grew up on, what this nation was founded on, mainly the women staying home. Good thing women have a choice to do it, and they don't have to today. We already have that. We don't need women that actually still had those old values to be badgered down by other people. Same thing I was saying about some of these people that have finances in your family, whether they made it on their own or they stole it from some of these children, these hidden golden children. All these niggas out here with money, and then nothing, and then one of them come and break the rules or so-called power. Okay, but you sat there and watched somebody that's not your family fuck your family up from the background, and you had money to try to get them a lawyer or stop it, and you didn't. Is making me think about the other old ancient hidden Islam, aspect of Islam, when the fathers would choose the daughter's husband, show them the ropes, give them the keys to all the kingdom without even having a daughter, take him on some kind of rendezvous, might even end up sleeping with him and fucking with him, right? Take him around all these hafla things, have them with these girls and meet these girls and fuck all they want, and then think that if the father passes away or gets poisoned at a dinner because this motherfucker done found some female that he like other than your daughter, that when your stupid ass die, this man is about to walk away with everything. But this makes me think about a deeper rooted hate of a power of a so-called woman, especially of a certain bloodline or a certain DNA type. All right. See, because there's only what I was thinking about Biddy Mason. She had to be, they showing a picture of an African lady. I don't think that's the original picture of this person. Okay. But she would have had to have a lot of, she would have had to been a Mason herself, or she would have had to have these 33 strands, or she would have had something like this in order to buy that land. It was something more to that person. Can't be the person that you're showing on that picture. It would have never happened. I mean, I'm not saying we're talking about the reality of the thing. We talking about the reality of the thing. See, and how far back we're going to the 1800s. It wouldn't have happened. So this is what this makes me think about. Okay, a queen of swords could be being breadcrumbed. This could be a judge or a lawyer or something like this, or somebody that's a strict person. They could be being breadcrumbed now. Okay, or whoever they picked over somebody could be being breadcrumbed, or this could be a situation where somebody said, oh, I'm bringing your, like I was getting Anastasia. Somebody brought somebody else to the woman and said, "Hey, I think that this is your granddaughter," but it wasn't. It's actually the man. It's the man. Ooh, it's actually the woman that the man met when he was on this rendezvous, researching his actual wife that was at home birthing children, maybe even not even for them. Okay. Um, that these people went out and started to collect the things under the wife's name because this Queen of Swords also, I'm seeing two different Queen of Swords here, wanted to be that woman. Okay. Like for me, this could be like an all eternal energy. And there go that grandmother energy right here. Because Judge Judy actually remind me of somebody in the family. But this could be these two energies in reverse getting breadcrumbed or something like this. Because again, somebody's trying to, even if you're just giving messages or being a tarot reader, somebody's trying to take that away. I know, I'm leaving in a second. Somebody, no, 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 no. No, I'll give it to you when I get back. Yeah, I'm trying to talk fast. Oh, okay, now it's flipping over. Yeah, because they have to pay because of who this is that they cause no truce here. These people gonna have to pay this back. Y'all see how that just flipped over right there? So that's the things that we're talking about on this channel. We're talking about an irregular situation here, where these is people that step out of these type of lifestyles and you stepping into something totally different because that's where you supposed to be. We're not talking about somebody that you didn't even have to know about this inheritance, but it's there and other people knew about it. So you should have never been one that would have been worried about what was going to happen if your man dropped you. You get what I'm saying? At 40 something years and would be with another woman. You could even have that dynamic. You may not have nothing. You may not have the money. You may not have the power. You might be sitting in a situation where it's uncomfortable or you don't want to be that much longer. But at the end of the day, is giving me more so like this is a planned humiliation thing. You know what I'm saying? A long time ago, somebody could have stepped in and gave you whatever this is for you to move on. But they wanted this man to rip you a new one or this somebody to teach you a lesson. Like you needed to be it taught any other lesson than a woman that put her work into her home and was responsible with her children, and then somebody ended up hurting this person like that. Somebody thought you needed some more hurt to add on to that by hiding this money or doing something like this. Or after somebody found out about this whole scheme, that it's not just your husband found a hotter girl. He was stealing all your shit the whole time with another female. This is something that's treasonous. This is something your ass could go to jail for. Okay. This might be even why this man is in jail. I don't know. Okay. Because again, this family could have been thinking that they was getting their granddaughter back or something like this, or a daughter of their lineage. But this is not what the case was. This is just who this man chose. Or all the family could have not liked you because you was close to source. And then they all wanted to see you hurt like this. You see what I'm saying? So alimony is not made for gold diggers that get married to a man and after 5 years you want to leave with half of his estate or half his stuff. No, it's for these type of commitments here. Okay. Now, if you find out, hey, you with this man for 40 years, and then I guess he found out something about you, or he made up something. Well, if he found out something about you, then he wouldn't need to set you up to get to be drugged and act like you was having sex with another man in the house. He wouldn't have had to do all that or put you under surveillance and stuff like that. So he don't got that. But you get what I'm saying? Like, who's not fighting for their life? The thing is, you trying to do something fucked up. I don't have to tell you nothing. Once I find out you're trying to do something fucked up like this, I don't have to. What do I have to tell you? I don't have to tell you nothing. Do you see what I'm saying? That you've been plotting on me this whole time right here. So that's what I wanted to say about that situation. Okay. Yeah. And so, dang, that sucks. Somebody's seeing clearly through something. Okay. And this is something is not going to end right for these people here. It's almost like all three of these people are in trouble. Four. There's two judgy energies, maybe a low and a high. There's this male, and then there's this grandmother. But it seems like whoever this is that's not forgiving these people is going to get their finances back. Hold on one second. What do you want, bud? Hold on one second, y'all.